Hi, welcome. Good afternoon to the Old Geezer Show on the 25th of January, 2023. 2023, I could have said, couldn't I? But there you go. Hi, welcome. Nice to see you there. And I hope you're going to find this one interesting. Today we're doing two topics. And the first one, the first one is an interesting one from my point of view because we're talking about sleeplessness. Do you sleep well? I sleep really quite well. Sometimes I have a bit of trouble going off, but usually I sleep very well. But my partner, Dot, does not. She has what I have to call really a rough time. She doesn't sleep very well. She gets something called itchy leg syndrome. Itchy leg syndrome sounds horrible to me, but it does feel as if your legs are itchy. And it keeps you awake. And I'd love to know what you or anybody else watching live or watching on catch up does to deal with this. Different people have come up with different things. Back on our Facebook page, when we originally promoted this topic, someone said try antihistamines. It turns out when I asked her, she can't use antihistamines. The doctor says no. And the other one was chamomile tea, which I think she's tried. Have you tried any of these things? I would just love to know. I really would. Because the obvious question, isn't it, really? How do you deal with it? How do you get over sleeping problems? What I'm going to try and do, if you'll like to play along with me, is to have a look and see what answers we can come up with. There was a gentleman, let's see if I can find him, on our Mastodon pages. That's a gentleman called Robert Burns. I'm not convinced about that one, Robert. But Robert Burns said, copious drams of bells does it for me. I love it. So, copious drams of, it depends how copious, doesn't it? And can I afford to get piddled every night so that I go to sleep? I don't think many of us can we? Don't know. Interesting one. So, there's that. Other things people have suggested is actually going to bed and staying in bed regardless. But as she says, you can't with this itchy leg syndrome. Do you get it? Do you have a remedy for it? There's a lot of questions, I think, to be asked about a lot of medical stuff, and that is one of them. So I thought I'd come to you and ask you what your experience is. If you have any experience, or if you've got something that works and prevents sleeplessness, I would just love to hear from you. If you want to, you can appear on the show and explain how it works. Or you can just drop us a line on the Facebook page, on the YouTube pages, anywhere you like. So let's see what we've got as a comment. Well, this is, so this is Alan Abbott. I get restless legs, it's not nice. Also started with spondylitis of the spine, which causes a lot of pain in the hip. Itchy leg eventually was caused. Right. That's a good question. I wonder if that is the case for Dot. Let's ask her that later. But in the meantime, thanks for that, Alan. That's a really interesting and potentially worthwhile. Yeah. Okay, let's see what anybody else comes up with. If you come up with a good answer, if you've got a thought about what might be causing this. So it could be one of the medications. Where do we go from there? I don't know. Could she ask the doctor to change the medications? Damn good question. And I think maybe she ought to. Okay, let's move along. And if you have a comment to make, I would love to see it on the page. Just drop us a line on Facebook, on this topic on Facebook, or on our YouTube channels. You're hugely welcome to get in touch. You know I like to hear from you. Let's put this little reminder up. Whatever you think, tell us your experience. You can reach us here on the Facebook page, on YouTube, or you can even email me, production@seriousleisure.co.uk. And I'm hoping in the near future to be able to include a phone-in line, which we'll try using somewhat later, probably end of this week or beginning of next, because I think I'm going to make some changes that will allow me to do that. Okay. We shall see where that one goes. But if you want to be on the show, you are hugely welcome. Let me also tell you that we've started a little really, it's just a kind of blog page. It's not a proper website. It's a blog page. And this is at Blogspot. I will send you, or I'll put up a little note of the page name. I don't think I've still got it kicking about. No, I haven't. But I'll put that up as a special post that people, so you can go to that and have another source of conversation. That's interesting from my point of view. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, we're going to talk about that after this. And that's a quick and easy way of getting rid of a few seconds while I drink a drop of orange squash. Got it, didn't you? And the second topic that I wanted to talk about today was cruises. Have you been on a cruise? Were you disappointed? Now, I had a chat with a neighbour of ours here who just went on a 35-day cruise. A 35-day cruise. I don't know how much it costs. I mean, I don't know what they are, 100, 150 pounds a day. So it was a huge amount of money from my terms to go on a 35-day cruise in the sunshine on a large cruise ship. Now, I won't tell you which one until I've done more research on it. But when she was talking to me, she told me how disappointed she was. Have you been on a cruise and ended up really disappointed? It's a damn good question, isn't it? I think it is very easy to do that. And I think that you can get disappointed because your expectation is really high, isn't it, when you go on a cruise or something like that? But this lady went on her cruise, and the thing that stuck, that she said to me as soon as she saw me, really, I said, did you have a lovely time? And she said, it could have been. It could have been a lovely time. But where she didn't actually have a lovely time was because the food wasn't particularly good. She said they had a chef who she wouldn't have even qualified as a cook, and he didn't deliver good, exciting or interesting meals. What about you? What about your experiences? Have you had an experience like that on a cruise? Have you really been disappointed, upset, felt you haven't got your money's worth, let's be honest, and it just hasn't worked out for you? Let's get together and let's kind of hear what's going on. I'm going to do some more research on this topic, and then we'll come back on it, because disappointment on something that costs several £1,000s for many people is not something we should really put up with, and we should really kind of wave a flag on it on the show. So there you go. So two things today then. I'm looking for ways of actually getting over sleeping problems. So if you have a problem with getting to sleep, staying asleep, I'd love to hear from you. If you have had a problem on a cruise, whether it's food, whether it's service, entertainment, whatever. The lady also said that the entertainer that they had, or one of the entertainers, was about 80 years old and was awful. There you go. So your choice. Get in touch, let me know, and we'll follow up on the story, because I'm really interested in both of these. I would love to be able to help my partner to sleep. And if we could get more information, people, general comments and information, and people could tell us what fixes sleeplessness for you. And the other one is, yes, certainly about cruises. I know many who have and love it. Yep. Some were disappointed. I think, yeah, exactly right. So there you go, Alan. Not for me either, mate. I have had one extensive cruise. I actually spent a year living aboard my little yacht, and many years ago, that's 25 damn years ago now, and had a lovely time. So there you go. So I don't know anything about cruises, but if you're a cruise fan and you've had good and bad, what would you do about the bad? Do you get any money back? What happens? I'm fascinated to know. Get in touch and let me know. There you go. That's all I'm going to do today. It's a little show. We're just having a chat really about stuff, aren't we? And if you want to get in touch, I have to say I'd love to hear from you, because it's what we're all about here. The more stories we get that are relevant to older people, the further we go, the better we can do, and the more information we can spread, and we can help people live interesting lives. That's what we're all about, and know what's happening in the world. Okay. What can I say to you? I guess I have to say to you at this point, this is the Old Geezers show. I'm Chris, and I will actually promise see you soon.